Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D, and we're looking at the 1942 Lincoln penny, and it came in 4 different varieties, and we have 3 of them here, and so let's take a look at them. This is the 1942 S, of course, for the San Francisco Mint. They made about 86 million at the San Francisco Mint. There is the D here for the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint, they made about 207 million. And then way over here is the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark. In that, at Philadelphia, they made 658 million. So they made plenty of them. They made almost a billion of them, 900 and something million. So they are not rare. They are, however, extremely valuable if they're in really good shape. And I said there's 4 varieties, and I'm only showing you 3. And why is that? Well, they actually did have a proof set in 1942, which a lot of people don't know about. They didn't make many of them. So they had a proof set. It came from Philadelphia. And if you have a penny from the Philadelphia proof set, it's worth $145 if it's proof 65, which probably almost all of them are unless the proof set got damaged. They made proof sets starting in 1936. And in 1942, they had 2 different proof sets. They had one with 1 nickel and one with 2 nickels. The one with the 2 nickels obviously had the Denver Mint, I believe, and the Philadelphia Mint. I'm not sure why they had 2 nickels. The one with 1 nickel just had the Philadelphia Mint. They made 21,120. If you have the 2 nickel variety of the proof set, it's worth $1,000. If you have the 1 nickel variety, it's worth $850. So 21,000 proof sets out there. Look for them, but I think they're going to be hard, really hard to find. What else can we say about these coins? Well, one of the things we can say about these coins is if you get this in a really good condition, you could be talking about incredible amount of money. So here, let's take a look at the coin. It says, "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty Behind Lincoln," 1942 down here. Now, this is a bronze coin, which means this particular one is 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc mixed. We tip it up on its edge, and we see it has a smooth edge. We get over on the back, and we see it's a wheat ears 1-cent coin that first came out in 1909. We also, once we get on the back of this, we see that it has a little bit of damage there. Not that. A little bit of damage there. Whether it got burned or rubbed or what, I'm not sure, but you can actually see right down through to some of the bimetallic, the multi-metallic, some of the zinc probably, and tin down there. It says 1 cent on the back, United States of America here. If we tip this over and we look really, really closely, we might be able to see the initials of the engraver on the front. Let's see if we can do that and get the light right. So you can see right down in there, there's a V, a D, and a B. And you might not be able to read it because this coin is so worn, but that's for Victor David Brenner, who was the engraver of this coin. So the 1942 isn't one of the ones that's has any special errors that we know of, really. But if you can get this 1942 and get it in an S, which is this one, and get it in a MS-68, which there are very few of, they think, PCGS thinks that there's probably about 5 graded, that they've graded, and they graded one that sold for $12,650. So you'd have to get this. It'd have to be in incredibly good shape, and it'd have to be a red. Now, there are 3 types of grading for the kind of the colors of the coin. There is brown, brown, and red. And what's the difference? Well, as I said, the red coin from the San Francisco Mint sold for $12,650. The red and brown coin, they don't have one that's at the MS-68 because people just don't get them valued, but they have an MS-63 and it sold for $62. And then the actual brown coin, which most of the coins will be graded as, sold for about $77. So it's, what happens is they just don't get graded if they're not red. I mean, there's no sense in you grading a coin that's going to be worth $7 to $10. All right. The Denver Mint coin, if we look at that though in a red, we're talking about in an MS-68 red, we're talking about $12,000 also. And the Philadelphia Mint coin in a red, we're talking about just $4,000. Why is that? Well, one of the reasons that is because they've had so many of them. Now, they haven't had so many MS-68s, which is the Mint State 68, which is the highest level of coin, but they've had a whole lot of MS-67s and 67 pluses, so people just aren't as interested in the Philadelphia coin from that year as they are in the San Francisco and the Denver Mint. All right, well, that's all we have from Big D Coins. This is DC saying I would love to have you subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.